Hey everybody, my name is Drew Perkins and I am the CEO and co-owner of Robinson Farms Next Gen. And we are here today in the L, and I wanted to show you one of my favorite rooms, one of the ones that means so much to me. It's inspired by my mother, Ella Mae Robinson. I think what I love about this room is that when we first came into this room, it was bare, it was naked, right? And so as I began to add my design elements to the room, always thinking about my mother and how she would inspire all the things that are in here. I love these mirrors. When I saw them, I knew it was going to be something that she would love. And so when I look at these in these mirrors and look back at myself and see my mother and all the inspiring things that this room fills with, it makes me just overjoyed with how this room came out. And so I am excited about what we're going to be doing today. We're actually going to be moving into the kitchen and we're going to be making some naked pasta. It reminds me of this room where it's just something simple, but once you layer some things on top of it, it's going to be this amazing dish that your family will love. And so I am so inspired by all of the things that this room has. And so now I'm going to take all of that inspiration into the kitchen and we are going to make a masterpiece. So let's go. Hey everybody, my name is Drew Perkins and welcome to my show, Served Family Style. I am a wife, a mom, an interior designer, and I'm a CEO and co-owner of Robinson Farms Next Gen with my 11 siblings. You're gonna see some food, fun, fashion, and you're definitely gonna be laughing. Enjoy yourself here, lay back, have some fun, and join us at the table because we love to serve it up family style. This is such a fun day. We are gonna make naked pasta and I'm just gonna get right into it. First, I'm just gonna go ahead and put down some thin spaghetti noodles in my pot and I'm gonna let them cook, right? And so I'm just gonna get started doing that. And I'm just gonna talk to you guys just about some stuff that's been kind of going on and, you know, all the exciting things that, you know, have been happening for me and my family. And so having this opportunity to be able to cook for you guys is really an unknown dream come true. Like sometimes you really don't understand, you know, what it is that you're passionate about until you have the opportunity to kind of do it and then you kind of mix it for a bit. We're gonna let these boil, and while I let these boil, I'm gonna go ahead and cut up these sausages because this recipe calls for some smoked sausage. The guy who inspired this recipe, his name is Leslie. Leslie was really cooking up something smelling good in the kitchen, and I tried to ignore it. I even denied having what he was preparing, right? And then by the time I tasted it, I was like, oh my God, what did you do? Like, how did you make that? And so some of the simple things that Leslie had for this recipe was Sassoon. And I know Sassoon is something new that we have all been cooking with, but it brings so much flavor and so much pop. Some onion powder, get you some garlic, and then get you some oregano. And so that's what we're gonna infuse in this naked pasta. And the only other ingredient that's gonna take is these onions, and then we're gonna drizzle it with some olive oil. So when I tell you delicious, delicious is what's gonna happen. So let's go ahead and cut up these sausages and then we'll continue with the recipe. So I just love cutting the sausage up at an angle because it just gives me a nice bite of the sausage when I get ready to eat it. And you can cut yours up however you wanna enjoy it or however you wanna see it. But this is just how I do mine. Very simple. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna put this in the air fryer. You can fry these up or you can put them in the air fryer, and that's what I prefer. So I'm just gonna grab these up. We're gonna put these in the air fryer and then we're gonna come back. So I just put the sausage in the air fryer, and now my next step is I'm gonna cut up this onion. So for this particular way that we're gonna cut this onion, we want it to be in big strips, right? Because the onions are really flavorful for this recipe, so we don't want the onions small in strips or anything like that. We want to make sure that we're cutting them fairly large because every bite, we want to You really want an onion in every bite, and so that's what makes this meal so delicious. So a bite of onion and a bite of sausage, it really can take something ordinary and make it very extremely like tasteful and palatable. So let's take it to the stove. What we're gonna do is we're gonna continue to layer this this dish, the naked pasta dish. So what I'm doing now is I'm heating up my skillet because I want the skillet to get hot, right? So that when I dump the onions in there, they're gonna start to cook a little bit, and then I'm gonna take a little bit of brown sugar. When you put a little bit of the brown sugar around the edges of the pan, it gives this caramelized kind of taste to some of the pasta, and so you get some of these crunchies. So that's why I added it. It's flavorful, and I just love how that tastes. So I'm gonna go ahead and just add a little bit, and I'm gonna turn my eye up just a little bit. So I've added that around the edges, and then I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna drop some of these onions. I don't wanna let them caramelize or anything. I'm gonna start putting my pasta in there, and then we're gonna start layering with our amazing seasonings, and then I'm gonna be ready to serve up some naked pasta. I smell my sausages. They're about to be done. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna check them in the air fryer. Yep, these are ready. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna bring these over to the stove. I'm just gonna sit this right here because as I start layering everything, onions smell so good. They're so savory. So this is our pasta. Our pasta is done. So we wanna take our pasta and I'm just gonna dump it into the big skillet, right? And while I'm putting that in the skillet, I'm gonna start adding some of the sausage. And this is where the fun part comes in. I'm gonna start drizzling some olive oil. That's what makes it the naked pasta, because we're not gonna add any other seasoning or dressing to this other than all of these ingredients that we're gonna be using, which is our sazon, our onion powder, our garlic powder, and our oregano. So this sazon is really gonna give it some color. So I'm gonna keep tossing that. Keep tossing it. And you can see as this is coming together, I'm gonna add some onions, some onion powder. And the one thing that you guys are gonna find out about me is, although I give you ingredients, I want you to enjoy and become confident in the kitchen and adding your own seasonings the way you like adding them, to the degree that you like them. Because if you're a garlic lover, you might want to add a little bit more garlic. And so all of these seasonings wrapped in together is really going to give you a nice flavor, right? So the last thing I'm adding is this oregano. And then I'm just gonna toss a little bit longer. And then I'm gonna add some more sausage. This reminds me of being in the kitchen with Leslie. Leslie, and true story, right? For some reason, Leslie, I've been calling you Lawrence. And it made me crack up laughing because I knew exactly that your name was Leslie because I have an uncle. His name is Leslie. And so I had put that in my head, but for some reason I was calling you Lawrence. So I just want to apologize for like messing up your name. But thank you so much for allowing me to be infused in some of your great ideas of how you cook. I've really enjoyed this. So I'm getting ready to take this from the stove to the bowl, and then we're gonna plate it up and we're gonna enjoy some naked pasta. So I'm just gonna take this, I'm gonna bring this over, and I'm just gonna start putting it in my bowl. Oh, look at that. All the onions. Now, one thing about this recipe, once I learned how to make this recipe, I started sharing it with my church family. Hey, Grace Church back in Virginia. It was a hit there. My family loved it. So over COVID, I can't tell you how many times I was making naked pasta and doing all the things with this particular recipe because my family loved it, the church fam loved it, and so I hope you guys try it, and I hope you love it, because it's definitely one of my favorites. It's light, it's airy. Now, if you love spicy, you can also add just a little bit of spice to it. And yeah, it is ready to go. So I'm gonna grab a bowl. I'm gonna head over in the corner, and I am going to enjoy some naked pasta. So you guys, as I wind down the day, I really wanted to be able to share this naked pasta with you guys. And so I'm just gonna crack open my very favorite drink now, since I'm not drinking soda. So this Olipop, this is one of my favorite flavors. This is the strawberry vanilla. And so I just put a little bit of strawberries at the bottom of mine with a little bit of green. Here's some mint and some lemon, and it's still my favorite. But all of this cooking and everything that I do for Robinson Farms, it so reminds me of sharing, right? And so I am so intentional about sharing with you all and with my family. So when we were growing up, sharing was what we did, right? We shared food, we shared popcorn, we shared gum. We were that family only got half of a piece of gum because everything was shared. We shared the beds because why? It was 12 of us. And so we always shared everything. And so that's why it is so normal, or such a part of my nature, to want to share dinner with my family and my friends. And so today I get to share that with you. And so as you move about your week or you move about your day, be mindful, be intentional, share something, share a meal, share a word, share some encouragement with somebody that you know and love, and even somebody that you don't. Just give somebody encouragement. And I encourage you just to continue to share. So I'm gonna dig into this naked pasta, and you guys have a good day.